Before we go to the sidewalk community garden, I want to show you this. Here's my other project for today. These are collard seedlings that I've started that I need to put in pots, and then I'm going to put them in the beds that I'm emptying out. And look, you see that little white cabbage moth loves these collard seedlings. Okay, up here I have Old Timey Blue, Miss Annie Pearl Councilman, and look at what the little moth is doing to that. And then down below are Georgia Southern. So I'm going to transplant those today. And so here's my garden view from the porch. And there's my studio. I like to do lots of like craft projects. And here's my, okay, if we walk across the driveway, it says, see you down the road. I wanted to do something because the driveway just looked awful with that gray concrete. So I said, you know, I can do something creative. So I just went to my Second Chance Mercantile, and they give out free paint. So I got some brown paint and some yellow paint, and I painted the driveway. Now over here, I have a lemon verbena, and then I put some tomato plants here. And do you see the metal frame? See how I'm letting the rose bush go over the metal frame? This is actually one of my favorite places to be in the garden. This Cecile Brunner rose is so fragrant. It's nicknamed the Sweetheart Rose. It's very fragrant. And look, there's a ladybug doing her job, eating those aphids. You see her? Alright. So, now, here's my lavender bush. I never run out of lavender. My neighbors love it. They come and get little lavender bouquets all the time. Okay. Here's the sidewalk garden. Let's check this out. So the plants that I'm taking out of those gopher beds, I'm putting out here because I did have a lot of sweet peas out here, but the sweet peas have finished blooming. So I put some gladiolas out here. Here are some forget-me-nots. I would say 90% of the things out here I started from seeds. And here's our sign. If you can't feed 100 people, just feed one, by Mother Teresa. So that's one of the whole things for this garden. So I have food pantries here with canned goods, but I'm trying to put more fresh things out here. So here's a patch of collards growing, and these are Georgia Southern collards. I put those seedlings out maybe about 2 weeks ago. And here's some cupcake cosmos, the little white cupcake cosmos. Here's a tomato plant. Here's a pepper plant. I think this is a Carolina Reaper pepper plant. So it's extremely hot. And here's some more gladiolas. So it's time for me to water today. Here is Swiss chard and kale that need to be watered. And take a look. You see there's the little trail. So somewhere, see that little white like slime or clear slime? So somewhere over here, there's a snail. So I'll try and find that snail later. And there's the spearmint growing. Over here, I have other types of collards growing in this bed. I have Jergens yellow cabbage collards growing. And see, the sunflowers are not tall. Look at how short that is. But look at how beautiful those glads are. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So definitely I'm gonna try and keep that bulb. And here's a dahlia growing. And this sunflower is beautiful. It just doesn't have the height for a cut flower. Alright, and now this is the purple tree collard growing here. And people have been picking this all year round. So it's excellent. Here are some more Georgia Southern collards. I think these are Jergens yellow cabbage collards here. A few weeks ago, a gentleman picked all the leaves, and I've been watering them every other day, so they're coming back. Here, some cilantro. I'm actually going to use this in bouquets. I think it's so beautiful. Here are some Tabitha Dyke collards that were picked completely. Take a look. And so now it's growing back. So that's good. And I want people to pick them, so I'm not complaining at all. Not at all. In the food pantry, oh, take a look. There's some cucumbers down there. This I have to take out. All right, and good. I think these, I'm gonna put these up here so when people walk by they can see it. Excellent. Look at that, that's excellent. All right, over here, the cupcake white cosmos, and then Berry's Crazy Cherry. I think it needs some type of fertilizer. I do vermicomposting, so I have some compost tea. Over here, a zucchini. I have 3 other zucchini plants I'm going to put out here in this bed. Some spearmint, another Berry's Crazy Cherry. And here are Georgia collards. Look, aren't they beautiful? Yeah, good. Because there was nothing here but the stalk a few weeks ago. Because I guess that gentleman was having a party. He picked every single green leaf, but now they're back. These collards, these Georgia collards, are in honor of my brother and sister in Christ, Dr. Lewis and Sister Duncan Lewis, their family, because she's from Georgia, the great state of Georgia, so I planted Georgia collards in her honor. I think she's from Georgia. If not, she's definitely from the South. So those collards are in honor of her family. And here's some Ellen Felton collards. Look at these. And these I planted in honor of Sister Mary and the deacon board at Carmel Presbyterian. Let's take a look at these colors. Beautiful leaves. And I do have one sunflower growing. Look how big this sunflower is. Look how big that is. It's growing right with the collards. And here's a tomato. I'm not sure what type of tomato plant this is. I'm just letting it grow. I'm not pruning it. I'm not taking off the suckers or anything. And then here is our little book house. Our free little library book house. I am charter number 97712. They call it the Broadway Book Nook. Here it is. And so I see a few little books that I sort of have to tidy up over here. So I'll give you a view of the sidewalk area while I sort of tidy up these books. So that's our little book nook. Broadway book nook. And here's our community garden in June. This is what it looks like in June. So I have zucchini I'm going to put out here, and I have some other collards that I'm going to put right here where there's space. So tell me, and there's Batgirl. So what are you doing in your garden today? And do you see this green? This is a rain barrel. Now this is where I keep my compost tea. I take compost, I get some seaweed and kelp from the ocean, because you know I'm about 5 minutes away. And then I mix this in with the compost, and I make my own little fertilizer. So that's what I'm using for fertilizer in the garden. Now this tomato plant right here, this is a Napa Rose Blush tomato plant. Look. And it needs some fertilizer for sure. And so here's a view of my garden from the sidewalk. And then if you look all the way down, I have a sliver of an ocean view from my sidewalk garden area. Here's Old Timey Blue. So you see the little purple vein there? Yeah. Okay. So if you look at this collard, look, you see the stem has that little purple tint? Yeah. So I think that's what? An antioxidant? Cancer fighting. And I heard the flavor is incredible too. I can't wait to taste them. Are you growing Old Timey Blue? If so, let me know what has been your experience growing them. Give me some tips. You have to be careful with the netting. I'm trying to not damage as many of the little roots as I can. So I'm just taking this off very gently. Very gently. Then I make a little hole down in here. And all right, grow. I'm going to take good care of you and give you everything that you need, okay? Grow. Say hello to the sun. Say hello, sun. I love doing this job. It's very mindful. Look, this little seedling is on the it's on the outside of the netting. I think it will still grow. I'm just gonna gently try to remove it from the side of the netting. I'll put it up here, and then I'll remove the netting. And then I will put it with the other seedlings that are in this pot. I like this 72 cell tray because it's only $7 at my Home Depot, and you get, and now with the tray, you get the bottom tray, the top tray, you get the seed pods, and also they started including fertilizer, a little fertilizer package with this. You know, I don't like to use the synthetic fertilizers. So I just take the whole little package, and you know my rain barrel, I just dump it in there. So it's very diluted. Right, I don't throw it away. But I don't want to just put it directly on my plants. Well, I've been potting up those little collard seedlings, and so I'm a little bored with doing that. So one thing that I started doing for myself, when I get a little bored, I want to do some type of physical activity to sort of change things up. So I just walk around my block one time, and you know, usually just moving gives me more energy. So now I'm going to walk around the block, and then I'll get back to potting up those old-timey blue collards.